Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Emilia, English Education, 4th semester, University Muhammadiyah of Nrekang. We will presentation of grammatical and lexical equivalent. The difference between grammatical in Indonesian English and English. Article of definitive and indefinitive. The definitive article in English is the. The equivalent in Indonesian is nya, itu, ini, tadi, dan tersebut. Word indefinitive clothing in English is a or an. Whereas at Indonesian is sebuah, sebutir, seekor, sekuntum, etc. Noteworthy is this article does not always mean must to be translated into Indonesian, as will otherwise. An Indonesian sentence that does not contain word clothing can be translated into English contains the article clothing if English grammatical requires it. For example, Bessie ate an apple on the way and she did not realize that it was not hers. Bessie ia makan sebuah apel di perjalanan dan ia tidak sadar bahwa apel itu bukan miliknya. Plural. The plural in English is not always necessary translate into the plural form of repeated words inside Indonesian. English does recognize nominal concord or agreement. This rule requires that nouns be made in the plural if there are number or the other words that state plural accompanying. Whereas is Indonesian. Number or words that inside plural should not be followed by meaningful words plural. Example, 2 books, some books, few people. Pronouns. In English there are pronouns she, her, hers, he, him, his, its, they, them, their, theirs, we, our, and ours. In Indonesian she mean perempuan, he mean laki-laki, they mean mereka for human and object. It mean ia for object. Therefore, her does not need to be translated by miliknya perempuan, and his do not need translate with miliknya laki-laki. In addition, in Indonesian nouns are not common replied by ia or mereka. Nouns can be repeated only. For example, in the darkness, the big old house looks so frightening. It stands with no neighbors, alone in the middle of the forest. Its windows locked all time. Nobody knows what's behind them. The phrase noun. In English, noun phrase usually consists of conjunction, closing adjective, noun. In language Indonesian, usually noun phrase consists of clothing, noun, adjective. Example, a painted man, an intelligent young girl, a tall water tower, a long winding road. Verb nouns. The verb nouns in English is form verb 1 at ing is translated like a noun. Therefore, cite this verb object can occupy the position of the subject, the object, the sentence, as well as preposition object. Because contains is not now in Indonesian a type of verb noun, there are two possible translation, i.e. with verb or nouns derived from the verb. Keep in mind that verbs can function as subject or object in Indonesian sentence. For example, the first, you will study the story of Wailing and the present critical station of this magnificent animal. The second, whaling has been done by men for centuries and in place provided a main source of food. Participle. In English there is a contraction called present participle and past participle. Present participle has the same form verb 1 at ing, and past participle are form of verb 3 of the verb. This form can be used to form phrase and object adjective characteristic. Both types are usually translated with nouns from the participle form. What needs to be realized is the present participle bring with the active and past participle nature of it carry a passive nature. So there is a difference between Stalin robot and Stalin robot. In the following sentence, it is the Stalin robot. Is it the Stalin robot? The concept of time. English recognizes the existence of tense or concept at the time. From the verb change according to the time it is done. So the walk or walked shape can be walked, walks, walk, will walk, have walked, had walked, and walking. Will inside Indonesian is just belanja. Question tag. Question tag is a particular type of question that has a path beyond the main classes. It is useful for testing the speaker's beliefs of efficient opinions. For example, you are not serious, are you? You didn't keep your promise, did you? She really means it, doesn't she? In the example above, it can be seen that all types of text can translated to bukan atau kan. Conditional sentence. In English, there are other types of conditional. 1. Verse indicates the possibility of something happening if the requirements are met. 2. The second type of conditional sentence is a simple past combination and past future tenses. 3. Third type is conditional for something that has happened in the past and sometimes use forms a combination of past perfect tenses and past future perfect tenses. Ellipsis sentence. An ellipsis sentence is a sentence that has one of its components eliminated. To trace back this omitted element, the reader must refer to the previous sentence. In the structure of English, verb, nouns, or other words can be omitted in the sentence which contains structural argument. In language, Indonesian is sometimes an element that can be omitted. In language, England can be eliminated. Sometimes also not. For example, Bill brought some meat to the camping ground and Tony some sugar. The pronoun is at the beginning of the sentence. English has the following sentence structure: it, at, to, at, be, at, blah blah blah, at infinitive phrase. The verb here function as a subject, but there is a not meaning. The point is to emphasize speech or part of sentence that is in the positive position of the points inside the sentence above. There are various ways to apply pressure inside a nation. For example, it is frightening to realize that nuclear ban could be a true catastrophe for the environment.